Good morning, student. Students, in our previous lecture, we have done with you carbon-free radical. That was the first reaction intermediate. Now today we will discuss with you the carbocations. So carbocations are such organic ions which carries a positive charge on the carbon atom. So if we consider the carbocations, what are carbocations? So such organic ions which carries a positive charge on the carbon atom. Such organic ions which carries a positive charge on carbon atom. Such organic ions which carries a positive charge on carbon atom. Which carries a positive charge on carbon atom. So such organic ions which carries a positive charge on carbon atom are carbocations. So all organic ions which carries a positive charge on the carbon atoms, these are known as the carbocations. Fine. How are they formed? They are formed by heterolytic bond fissions. They are formed by heterolytic bond fissions. So they are formed by heterolytic bond fission. These are formed by heterolytic bond fission. So these are formed by heterolytic bond fission. So if they carry a positive charge on this will be called as a carbocation and are formed by heterolytic bond fission. Let us see this one. C and X. Here carbon and halogen differ in their electronegativity. Here in this case, carbon will acquire a positive charge and halogen will acquire a negative charge. Here the positive charge is present in the carbon atom. So this over here will be called as a carbocation. Here the positive charge is present on the carbon atom. So this will be called as a carbocation. Now carbocation, they contain 6 electrons in the valence shell, and since they have no unpaired electron, so they will be dimagnetic in nature. Am I clear? So they have 6 electrons in their valence shell. They have 6 electrons in their valence shell. They have 6 electrons in their valence shell. Am I clear, student? And they are dimagnetic in nature. They have 6 electrons in their valence shell and these are dimagnetic in nature. They have 6 electrons in their valence shell and these are dimagnetic in nature. Carbocation, they again are sp2 hybridized with a bond angle of 120 degree. These are sp2 hybridized. sp2 hybridized and bond angle will be equal to 120 degree. sp2 hybridized with a bond angle of 120 degree. Then these carbocations will be written in this manner. This will be C, this is R, this is R and then R. Here it will be a positive charge. Am I clear, student, over here? So this is having an empty p orbital and the bond angle in this case will be equal to 120 degree. What will be the bond angle over here? This will be equal to 120 degree over here. Fine. Now stability of carbocation. If we consider the stability of carbocation. As far as the stability of carbocation is concerned, this is directly proportional to number of resonating structure. It is directly proportional to number of resonating structures. Stability of carbocation will be directly proportional to number of resonating structure. Then it will also be directly proportional to plus I effect. So directly proportional to the number of resonating structure, also it is directly proportional to plus I effect. If we compare on this basis and inversely proportional to minus I effect. If we compare on this basis, then triphenyl carbocation, this will be more stable as compared to biphenyl carbocation. Triphenyl carbocation is more stable as compared to biphenyl carbocation, which again will be more stable as compared to biphenyl carbocation, which will be more stable as compared to biphenyl carbocation. So triphenyl carbocation will be more stable as compared to biphenyl carbocation, which again will be more stable as compared to benzyl carbocation, which again over here will be more stable as compared to allyl carbocation, which will be more stable as compared to allyl carbocation, which will be more stable as compared to 3-degree carbocation. Fine. You must remember it is also directly proportional to number of hyperconjugating structures. This is also directly proportional to number of hyperconjugating structures over here. Number of hyperconjugating structures. Am I clear? Which will be more stable as compared to secondary free radical, which will be more stable as compared to ethyl free radical, which will be more stable as compared to methyl free radical, more stable as compared to methyl free radical. So as we move like this, the stability of the free radical goes on decreasing. Stability of a carbocation goes on decreasing. Am I clear? So this is this case. This is triphenyl carbocation. Triphenyl carbocation. This is biphenyl or diphenyl carbocation. Triphenyl carbocation or diphenyl carbocation. This will be benzyl carbocation. Benzyl carbocation. Then this carbocation will be allyl carbocation. Benzyl carbocation, and then we have allyl carbocation. Then tertiary carbocation over here. This is a tertiary carbocation. Am I clear? This is a secondary carbocation. Tertiary carbocation and then secondary carbocation. This is ethyl carbocation. Ethyl carbocation, and this over here will be methyl carbocation. So tertiary ethyl and methyl carbocation. Am I clear, student? If you look at this reaction, this is like ethene. Ethene molecule when react with hydrogen bromide. So it will result in the formation of ethyl bromide. Here the intermediate will be carbocation. How it is formed, that will be discussed later on with you. So it will result in the formation of a ethyl carbocation. So the reaction intermediate, second one is a carbocation. What are carbocation? These are the organic ions which carries a positive charge on the carbon atom. Positive charge on the carbon atom. So organic ions which carry the positive charge on the carbon atom are known as a carbocation. They are formed by heterolytic bond fusion. They are dimagnetic as they have no unpaired electron in the valence shell. sp2 hybridized bond angle will be 120 degree, and this will be the stability of a carbocation over here. The stability of a carbocation. Now the next reaction intermediate is carboanion. This is carboanion. So what are carboanion? These are those organic ions which carries a negative charge on the carbon atom. So those organic ions which carries a negative charge on carbon atom. Those organic ions which carries a negative charge on carbon atom. organic ions which carries a negative charge on carbon atom. So those organic ions which carries a negative charge on carbon atom are carboanions. On carbon atom are carboanions. So organic ions which carries a negative charge on the carbon atoms are known as the carboanions. Now carboanions, they are also formed by heterolytic bond fission. They are formed by heterolytic bond fission. They are formed by heterolytic bond fission. So how these carboanions are formed? This will be formed and are formed by heterolytic bond fission. How? Suppose we have got this group. This will be CH, H, H, and then over here is H. In this case, carbon is more electronegative as compared to hydrogen. So when the bond fission will take place, this will become negative. So this will be CH, H, and H, and this will be negative, and H will be positive. So this is a carboanion and will be called as what carboanion? It is methyl carboanion. The carboanion will be named as methyl carboanion. Am I clear? So how are they formed? By heterolytic bond fission. Similarly, if you have a ethyl carboanion, if you write down this one, CH3, CH2 negative, this will be called as ethyl carboanion over here. So this carboanion is known as a ethyl carboanion. So we have a methyl carbanion and then the ethyl carbanion. Now these carbanions have 8 electrons in their valence shell. So they have 8 electrons in their valence shell. They have 8 electrons in their valence shell. 8 electrons in their valence shell. They have 8 electrons in their valence shell. And what type of hybridization it will be? It will be sp3 type of a hybridization. So it will be having sp3 type of a hybridization over here. In fact, I must say over here, the type of hybridization in this case will be sp3. Is it clear? Now, they are dimagnetic in nature. They are dimagnetic in nature. So these are dimagnetic in nature. So these carbanions are dimagnetic in nature. So we have a dimagnetic nature of a carbanion. Now student, as far as stability of carbanion is concerned, it is directly proportional to minus I, inversely proportional to plus I, and directly proportional to the number of resonating structures. Stability of carbanion. Stability of carbanion. It is directly proportional to number of resonating structures. It is directly proportional to the number of resonating structures. Then it is directly proportional to minus I effect and inversely proportional to plus I effect. Directly proportional to minus I and is inversely proportional to plus I effect. If you take over here triphenyl carboanion. So triphenyl carboanion is more stable as compared to biphenyl carboanion, because here the number of resonating structures will be 10. This is more stable as compared to biphenyl carboanion. It is more stable as compared to biphenyl carboanion. So triphenyl carboanion will be more stable as compared to biphenyl carboanion, which again will be more stable as compared to benzyl carboanion, which will be more stable as compared to benzyl carboanion, which will be more stable as compared to allyl carboanion, CH2 double bond CH, and CH2 negative. This is allyl carboanion, which again will be more stable as compared to tertiary carboanion, which will be more stable as compared to tertiary carboanion. This is a tertiary carboanion, which will be more stable as compared to secondary carboanion, which again will be more stable as compared to over here. I'm sorry, students. So stability of carbonion, as the plus I effect increases, the stability goes on decreasing. So in this case, if I consider this one, allyl and then vinyl carbonion, which will be more stable as compared to methyl carbonion, because it is inversely proportional to plus I effect, which will be more stable as compared to secondary carbonion, which will be more stable as compared to tertiary carbonion, So it will be having a 10 resonating structure, it will be having a 7 resonating structure, 4 resonating structure. Here the number of resonating structures is equal to number of a conjugating position. How many conjugating position? 1 and 2. So there will be 2 resonating structure. Then here the plus I effect decreases. So this is decreasing order of minus I effect. So this is decreasing order of stability of a carbonion structure over here. So stability of carbonion is directly proportional to number of resonating structure minus I effect and so on over here. Am I clear? So this is how it can be done. Suppose we have a benzyl carbonion. So how will we write down this structure? This will be this one. Benzyl carbonion. This will be CH2 and negative. This is in conjugation to this. So this will shift toward this side, this will shift toward this side. So it over here will be this way. This will be having a negative charge and this will be double bond CH2. And then double bond and then again double bond. Then if you look at the next one, this will be over here and this will be toward this side. So next form will be this one. This will be having a negative one. You double bond and this will be double bond CH2. And then over here, this will attack over here, this will toward this side. And then this will be this way. This will be double bond CH2. And then this will be this way and this will be the formation of a carbonion. So this is how we go for the stability of a carbonion over here. So this is a resonance in benzyl carbonion. So this over here will be the resonance and resonance develops in the benzyl carbonion. So these are the various reaction intermediates. Am I clear? So we have done with you the carbon free radical, carbocation and carbonion. Now in our next lecture, we will discuss with you the attacking reagent and the types of a reaction. Till then, thank you.